What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. You know what? Like Byron Scott, ex Los Angeles Laker great, is one of the few people, in my opinion, that really keeps it. He's like he gives his honest opinion when it comes to LeBron James, and that is causes him to catch a lot of flack from LeBron James fans, right? But like I said, I admire him for that because just have so many people, especially on these podcasts and in the media, just trying to cover up for LeBron James, line for LeBron James, and some other stuff, right? And so these latest statements that Byron Scott made about LeBron James has got him into some more hot water with LeBron James fans, right? But again, it's nothing that Byron Scott said, him or Odin Polynice said on his podcast was a lie. And I've been saying this for the longest, about LeBron James. And so let me play what Byron Scott says on his podcast about LeBron James being up in age and teams not really, don't really have a whole lot of interest in LeBron James. So here we go with Byron Scott.
LeBron gonna fuck around and retire. Not.
No way.
He loves this shit, boy. He loves holding people captive.
But the problem is he ain't holding nobody captive no more.
Well, technically, I'm not saying you, but there's people out there.
No,
there's
not
those
me.
weak-minded individuals.
Oh, individual. Okay, I'm talking about these teams. He ain't holding nobody captive now.
No, his audience. His audience,
yeah. I mean, 10 years ago, everybody's calling him.
Yeah.
Now he calling everybody.
Yeah.
Byron, you want to kick it off?
Oh, man, congratulations, dog.
What's up, guys? Another edition of the Byron Scott podcast. I'm your boy B. Scott. That's my boy Jay.
Yeah, buddy.
And as you know, we got the one and only Odin Polynice back in the house.
Yes, sir.
15-year NBA vet.
15-year vet, long-time Clipper. We're
God.
gonna let that go. We're gonna let long time wanted to be Laker.
I spent more years with the Sacramento Kings than anybody else.
Okay, so long time Sacramento Kings. I guess you'll take that more than you'll take long time Clipper,
The $1 million question is, what team if you had your jersey retire, what team would it be on?
Every last one of them.
Looking at LeBron right now, let's say what Rich Paul said, that are looking at LeBron right now are teams that maybe can get to the next level. And that next level ain't a championship team or winning a championship. That's just my opinion.
I know one thing. He is the king of narcissism. Because, listen, this man, again, the haters, like B said, I welcome y'all because I'm trying to get to 1 million. All right? I'm trying to get to 1 million haters. So I'm going to say this with
Cat Williams type of
love and respect. The man is great. 23 years, his numbers speak for themselves. But when they brought Luka in, we knew things were different. In that moment, even LeBron and his crew knew things were different. He had to take a back seat whether he wanted to or not. The Lakers made it clear. It was not his decision to leave. The Lakers were already done. The Lakers were done. That 4-year, 185 to Austin Reeves told you everything you needed to know. We are done, okay? Thank you for 8 years, but we're done. We're moving a different direction. To your point, they're scrambling right now. It's not like 10 years ago.
You talking about
Rich Paul
and LeBron.
Teams are not, like Byron said, teams are not calling. They're not, please, we want, no, they're like, let's see if we can get them on the cheap.
So
that's how they're moving now.
Salary caps
All
play a major role.
That's second.
And so Odin Polynice said, let's see if we can get LeBron James on the cheap. And so keep an eye out for this because that's what I'm telling you. That's what's going on. Teams right now are lowballing LeBron James. They making all the plans as far as like setting up their rosters and trying to sign the players that they think are going to help them win. And if LeBron James so happens to fall into their lap, then so be it. But other than that, they're not really making any cap space or moves or room so they can get LeBron James in there for that $50 million that he was kind of hoping that he got from the Lakers, right? And so just like what the guy Olden Polynice just said and Byron Scott said, they're panicking, they scrambling. They're trying to make it seem like there's interest from all these different teams because they want one of these teams to blink and, feel like, okay, well, we got to give them, this much or that much money. But, I don't think nobody's going to blink like that. I think teams will be like, look, you either take this deal that we giving you, take it or leave it.
Cleveland is kicking all these teams' asses. It really is, because it handcuffs you on what you can and cannot do anymore. That's why the Jaylen Brown trade.
Yeah.
It's not hate, it's just money. We got to give you a ton of money. Even Austin Reeves needs to be careful right now. He's got that 185, but at some point in time, the Lakers, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I need to get him from under this contract.
Yeah.
Let's also go back to what OP just said for a second when he talked about the Lakers were done, 2 years ago when they got Luka. The writing was kind of on the wall, right? And you got to get this organization, that purple and gold, which I love so much, so dearly.
Me too.
You got to give them a lot of respect for allowing LeBron to kind of make the decision, go out saying that he's not going to return when that decision was probably made a while back.
Yeah.
I thought, and I agree, once I seen Luka come to the Lakers, Luka's a lot younger, in his prime, better basketball player. Of course, that team was going to be Luka's. Remember, they wanted that team to be Anthony Davis' team, but Anthony Davis couldn't stay healthy, right? So now that they have Luka, this is the opportunity for Luka to to do his thing and take over the organization. LeBron James just don't have any leverage. Everybody know it, and the organization allowed LeBron James to go out on his terms. Now they made the decision behind the scenes, but publicly they allowed LeBron James to make it seem like it was him who was separating from the organization when that wasn't true. I think most people know that, right? And because most people understand and know that, they also know and understand that LeBron James right now don't have any leverage as far as, other teams are concerned. And these teams are going to lowball LeBron James because they know that LeBron James won another job. And they also know that LeBron James is on going into year number 24. And the only bargaining chip that LeBron James have right now going into year number 24 is the fact that he can do his retirement tour in your town, and that will be a large cash infusion for your team. Like in the short run, teams, people be interested in taking part and watching this retirement tour, LeBron James and Bronny James. That's why I say that Cleveland is the best situation for that, because LeBron James has an obvious connection to Cleveland. He don't have a connection to Philly besides the fact that Tyrese Maxey is, as a part of Clutch Sports. He don't have a connection to, his only connection to Golden State is the fact that Draymond Green is a part of Clutch Sports, But other than that, like those two organizations could really care less now. Like Tyrese Maxey, why you didn't bring LeBron James or talk LeBron James into coming to the team 5 years ago? Same thing with if that connection was that strong, why didn't Tyrese Maxey or even Draymond talk LeBron into coming to their team, right? Tyrese Maxey's been there for a while. Joel Embiid has been there for a while in Philly, so that they could have built around him a few years ago if LeBron was interested. But LeBron James wasn't interested. But now LeBron is trying to pull out all the stops. He's trying to call in, all the favors. And it's obvious what he's doing. But what's not obvious, in my opinion, is the fact that these teams in the NBA are lowballing LeBron James. They're trying to get him on the cheap, just like Olden Polynice just said. And the team, I think, with the most leverage for getting LeBron James on the cheap is going to be Cleveland. The connection. They said that, they'll make a way for his son to come back there. And the Lakers, would be more than willing to hand LeBron James over to Cleveland. They're probably gonna have to pay some money. They're gonna have to probably buy him out. They're not just gonna give him away. I doubt it. If they cut him or anything, they already spent some money. So, and the reason why they probably guaranteed that check and didn't separate from Bronny before, they guaranteed his $1 million or his 1.5 is because, number one, to them is not a lot of money. Number two, they can get another team like Cleveland to reimburse them for the money that they invested in Bronny James. So they, everybody gonna come out on top. It's just, are these, will these teams be willing to cut LeBron James into, cut him a bigger check? And that's the only question now. LeBron James, in my opinion, is out of tricks. He don't have any leverage, and he's out of tricks. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.